loading up.
Hey guys, it is many months later after we took that initial trip to Sydney. We've actually been up to Sydney quite a few times since this Sydney trip. However, we took this trip in I think July of 2023. It is now July, major brain fart, February of 2024, and I'm finally getting around to editing this video because let's just say GoPro footage and I do not get along, and hopefully one day I can figure out how to edit it properly. Um, but yeah, I realized that Corey and I never actually filmed a proper intro to this video, so I thought I'd pop in while editing and just say a quick, "Hi, how you guys going?" Make sure to click that like and subscribe button and comment down below if you've ever been to Sydney and what you like about Sydney if you have been. Um, so we went to Sydney because I really wanted to go to the Yule Ball event, and if you know me, you know I love Harry Potter. Um, and the funny thing is, when we were in the Roma, and we did post the holiday video of us in the Roma, so click up here to check that video out. I actually saw one morning when I was just going through my phone on Facebook, I was like, oh my god, there's a Yule Ball event in Sydney. And normally I do see those posts, but it's not until after the events happen. So I looked at Corey and said, fuck it, let's go, we're going. And this is just a very brief recap of that trip. Maybe a couple videos, but mainly just photos, and a story time to come later because fun fact, I nearly got Corey and I stranded on a haunted island, so keep tuned to see how a dumbass such as myself almost got stranded on a haunted island in Sydney. That happened on day 2 of our trip, so let's get into this video. And are we going to Sydney more this year? We've already been a couple more times, and the last trip we actually took up with a couple weeks ago for a very exciting reason, which will be going live on YouTube toward the end of this month. But keep tuned to our social media to see any sneak peeks, or to see if you can guess why we were in Sydney.
Would you look at that roundabout? Oh, ferry, I should say. That's the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
and protection must be worn. Powerhouse and chimney.
Oh, crazy. Oh my god.
We can probably get in there and actually have a look.
Welcome to Storytime with the one famous me and her. So this is on Cockatoo Island, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So we had to catch ferry because it was a fucking island, and so we catch the ferry. I don't know the ferry's name, so don't get up me. So we catch the ferry. We got to the island, and then we just decided to see where it took us. So we went in a little tunnel. The tunnel?
Yeah. So we walked around, and the first photos you see of us on Cockatoo Island is actually the ferry leaving, and then like the building on the outside, like as you're walking in towards the island off the little dock. It's actually really quite beautiful out there.
And so we got out of the tunnel. It was a very long fucking tunnel. Got out of the tunnel. We went upstairs because there was stairs, and then
If you're ever going to Cockatoo Island, wear joggers or hiking shoes. There is so much walking and so many damn stairs.
so we checked the warehouses that were up on the hill, and the jail. No, the rooms.
No,
Yeah, no, not
oh
the
yeah, we checked
jail.
out
The
the
rooms.
building.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where they stayed, and the
no,
kitchen where they cooked.
you realize it is literally a colony, right? Like a convict penal colony.
Hmm.
Shut up. Okay, so pretty much where we were, we went walking around looking at the land and stuff, and we saw some of the warehouse from when it was, a ship dock, like actually making ships and submarines and stuff. But also, way before that, this is why it's widely, wildly, widely theorized that it's haunted is because it used to be a prison. It used to be where they kept convicts, and they used to be made to work the grounds, and there was a lot of cells there. So yes, there is a cooking building, but there's also actual cells, and we did actually get to go inside some of them, and he got some pretty fucking eerie vibes from them, and I did too. He actually had the balls to walk in there and come back out, and he said, "I'm never doing that again." I got to the door, like the actual little opening, and said, "No."
Spooky shit. So
Definitely.
we did that, and then we went down to the ship where they launch the ships in the water.
Yeah, there's two sides of the shipyard. One of them's actually like where you build some, and as you saw in the photo just before, there I think was like a hull of a wooden ship, and then the other side is where 'cause I think the Navy used to use it to launch ships and submarines, so that's a more built up proper
Yeah. So,
launching.
and then we went to the other side, and that's where it has the buildings where they built the ships, the factory part,
Yeah,
pretty much. There. and they had all the machine. We went in this big giant warehouse, and they had the machinery
Yeah.
and that.
She's
Apparently,
not trying to touch random things, man.
apparently, I read on a little info box, whatever the fuck was on there. Uh, it was filmed. Uh,
Oh, well,
Wolverine,
yeah. One of
the
Wolverine's
the
films
one
was there.
where they fight on the nuclear power plant and they save all the mutants. I don't know what that one. The fucked up Deadpool. People know what I'm talking about. Nerds. Um, yeah. So that's what I read, and then we went back out, and then it was getting a bit dark. So
And cold because,
it was very windy,
yeah.
and it was winter. Was it winter?
Yeah, because we
It
went
was
in
winter,
July.
and Sydney's fucking cold when it's winter, and it was windy, and the sun was going out. So and everything was like closed, like the snack bar and
Yeah, there's actually
all
like a
that.
restaurant there, and there is a part of the island that is now used for like you can go walk around it, but it's mainly used for private events. So where we were filming, we had to be very careful because obviously we don't want to invade other people's privacy and accidentally put them on a YouTube video. But there was a party going on next to us, so we could smell food, which made us really hungry. But unfortunately, the restaurant for the general public was closed.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, time to go. Like, I want to go back to the hotel room and relax. So we hopped onto the little port, whatever the fuck you want to call it,
I call it dog.
dock. And there was some ferries going and leaving as they were. And we're like,
We had to be very careful because we had parked my car like directly across from us. So we needed to get to the one that was actually going to take us to that stop, not always around Circle K. And so we're waiting for this one which had this fucking number on it. And we would see the number on some of them for a split second, then they would just disappear and change. So,
it was very weird because this is our first time, or
mm,
second ish, but first time catching by ourselves, and we had no idea what different to buses. Trust me.
I mean, it's very similar to the way it's set up, but they don't explain anything fucking clearly.
Yeah, so we're there looking at the numbers, going, "Fuck, what numbers do we need to catch? We need to catch this number. No, this number."
And I kept saying, no, we
Really
need to
weird.
wait for this number. And Corey's like, how about we just get on another one and see if it takes us to our stop? And I'm like, but I'm looking at that specific number and it's going anywhere but the stop that we needed to get to. So
Yeah,
I kept saying, no, we'll
because
wait for the one that comes.
some went to Parramatta, some went down there. So it was getting darker and darker, and we are waiting and waiting.
Because I was very adamant we're not getting on any other ferry but the one that had our fucking number on it. So,
And we were like, "Fuck, did we miss it?" We felt like we missed it because they went through the numbers again. We're like,
mm.
"Fuck," so we
And it would
missed
have
it.
our number on it, and then like seconds before it pulled up next to us, it would change numbers.
Yeah,
And at this point, he's like, well, we've been here for an hour and they keep switching the
it's
numbers.
like no, we were there for like 2 hours, weren't
At that point, we
we?
were
Yeah,
there for an hour and then it took about half an hour for another ferry to come back.
yeah, and then they said this is the last ferries. Like these were the last ferries, so we're like, "Oh shit!" And then I got scared because I thought she got us stuck on the island.
A haunted island at
Like
that.
you can stay there, but like
You have
typically,
to pitch a tent somewhere.
I don't want to do that.
We pay for a nice hotel room. I don't want to pitch a tent on a haunted island.
So the ferries. This was like what, maybe the last ferry.
Yeah. And he
So
kept saying to me, the next time someone comes up, I'm going to ask them, and, they'll either tell us or they can take us to somewhere not that particular stop, but somewhere close enough. And I was like, at this point, we had done a lot of walking. I really didn't want to do a lot of walking.
but yeah, no, I want to get off the island. So the the one pulled up, and I was about to ask, and then the dude said one to wherever we had to go,
Yeah,
like Breadlock or whatever, Portcock, cock,
it was started
somewhere.
with a B.
It was just across, and I'm like, babe, let's go, because she was
No,
sitting down. So I was like, let's go.
Run, run. And
This
I'm
is.
just there going, hang on, I'm starting to get up. And then he's grabbing me, going, let's go. I'm not being stuck on this
I
island.
was like, this is our thing. This is our stop. Because he literally said where we had to stop.
Yeah.
So I was relieved when that came. I was like, oh my god,
So
Jesus
after
Christ.
2 hours of trying to get off this island, we finally got off this
And what?
fucking
It was
island.
like a 15-second boat ride to like. I was like, I will swim. I'm not being on this. I will swim across the thing.
And
But
kept making jokes about sharks being in there.
when that thing came and he said it, I was like, a relief just went, and we're like, oh my god.
Honestly, I was more down to stay on the island than him. And normally I'm the one that gets it, had spirits attach themselves to her, and I've had a lot of paranormal experiences. He was like, fuck no, I've already been in one of those cells, there is something fucking weird here, let go, let go. And I'm like, oh, worst case scenario, we can just, you know, figure out something and to pitch one of the tents and do the, stay overnight challenge thing. And he's like, no, I'm getting off this fucking island and you're coming with me.
Yeah. So to wrap it all up, very fun to explore, and that,
Research
and
first.
yeah, the fairies were a bit, you know,
They're old.
fucked up. Like,
But like they're actually quite nice to ride on.
yeah, they're very smooth.
Mm.
But yeah, all up, good fun experience to explore if you like exploring. Fairies, we fucked up, and then
Well, I fucked up.
when we got there, we were like, cool, let's not do that again
Oh no, we let us
unless we
know
know the
down below
fairies.
if you want to do this. This is a series I've wanted to do for a while, where we go and visit actual haunted locations and like tell you the history about them and tell you what we feel there. I would absolutely love to go back there again. Obviously, with a mate or two, and make sure we research fairy time
Mm.
first. He does not trust me with fairy time now, and I honestly don't blame him. But let me know down below, or let us know down below if that is something you'd be interested in seeing, because I am always so interested in visiting these paranormal places, and I will do it regardless of if there's a YouTube series or not. But if you want us to document, we already document our travels, but if you want us to do a series where of us visiting haunted locations, please let us know, because I would be so down to do that.
Well, so that was our
That
story time.
that was me nearly getting us stranded on a haunted island because I didn't listen to him the first time.
That's story time, folks. I'm signing out. Peace.
Yep.